Greetings to all. Agenda for today's lecture: conditional statements and looping statements. So, first we will start with the if condition, if statement. The statement if consists a Boolean expression which is followed by one or more statements. It is the simplest decision making statement which helps us to take a decision on the basis of the condition. So, as we said, if is the simplest decision making statement. This is the syntax. You can see in the if condition, Boolean expression is needed. A Boolean expression contains a Boolean statement and a Boolean value. A Boolean value is either true or false. So a Boolean expression is nothing but a value is greater than, a value is less than, greater than or is equal to, less than or is equal to. These are the operators that are available in a expression, so that results in a Boolean value. So you can see that the if statement consists of a Boolean expression which is followed by one statement or more statements. If the if statement contains one statement, then there is no need to place curly braces, right? No need to place. If you want, you can place, not at all a problem, but there is no need to take curly braces. If the if statement contains more than one statement, we must place curly braces. So you can if you write more than one printing statement or more than one logic statements, you can place that if block within the curly braces, right? So if at all there is no need to place curly braces, so this is the syntax, and we will go to the practical session. I am opening my RStudio. Go to file, new file. I think it is visible to you people. File, new file, and take R script. Click on R script. Automatically it will give you a untitled page. Here you can write your logic or your R program. Here I am taking a variable called x. To this x I am assigning a value 18. Writing an if condition if. Here I'm writing Boolean expression x is greater than or is equal to 18. This is the Boolean expression, so it will result true or false. So finally in the if condition, one value will be there, either true or false. After evaluation of this expression, we will get either true or false. Based on that value, the remaining statements will be selected. I'm writing a cat function to print the statement in the console. Cat is used to display a statement on the console. Here I'm writing you are eligible to vote. So right, this is my program for our if statement, and you can see in the RStudio to run a single line you can use this icon. So run the current line or selection. If you want to run or execute the entire program, click on the source here. So output will be displayed on the console. You can see it here. You are eligible to vote. Next statement to take decisions is else. Else statement is not alone. That means we should not write else alone, like if condition, else always followed by if statement, so that it is also mentioned or called as if else statement. When the if statement's condition is false, then else block will be executed. You can see the syntax here. Actually, I need to place it like this. There is a continuity in the R language. So Boolean expression, if the Boolean expression returns true, then this statement will be executed. Otherwise, if the Boolean expression returns false, then automatically this statement will be skipped and the control will be transferred to else part, and this will be printed on the console. This statement will be printed on the console. We will see it in the RStudio. So I'm writing if else logic. So else cat you need to wait to vote until you turn into 18. So I'm executing the entire program by clicking on source. So here you can see you are um, again you are eligible to vote. So I need to change the value x value to 10, and again I'm executing the entire program. So you can see the output here. You need to wait to vote until you turn into 18. So, and one more thing I wanted to show you, if there is no continuity in the if else, if I am entering one enter here and executing the entire program, here you can see an error is getting displayed on the console. See the error, unexpected else. Without else, it is treating that else block as without if condition. So what we need to do is we have to maintain the continuity. So now if you run the program, it will be executed successfully. You need to wait to vote until you turn into 18. And next statement is else if statement. This statement is also known as nested if else statement. If the statement is followed by an optional else statement, this statement is used to test various conditions in a single if else if statement. You can see the syntax there. It has here, you can see a single if statement. If you wanted to mention one more condition in the same program, so along with the else, in the else part also we are giving one more condition, and here one more condition. and you can see this, this conditional looping will be ended with an else statement, or you can end this with a else if also, not at all a problem. This is the overall syntax for else if. So we will see it in the practical manner. If I wanted to write a new program, and I wanted to take a dynamic input from the console itself. That means uh, till now we have taken x is equal to 10, that is the static assignment, but we haven't read any value while the program is on execution. When the program is on running, I wanted to take a dynamic value like 10 while the program is running. I wanted to change my value into 10 or 20, 30. So I wanted to read that value from the console. So for that, um, I'm writing a program. Age is equal to, so to read a value dynamically from the console, we had a function called a read line. So in the read line statement, you will get input from the console, and you can pass a user guided statement also. Prompt is equal to enter age. So that statement read line will take input from the console, and the supporting statement is enter age. In the age value, the console will supply a character, so we need to change that into a integer. For changing that value into integer, we have a function called as.integer. So we need to change age into age value into integer. So then now we can perform if age is less than 18. You can say cat your child, you are a child, else if age greater than 30, cat double quotation you are adult, else cat the double quotation you are in old age. So this is my program. I'm executing this. Sorry, As I said, I need to maintain the continuity. So for that, I'm placing curly braces for here. So right, I will execute the program one more time. I can see the output. Enter age. It is asking to take input from the console, or now the program is on execution. It is asking for the input. I'm giving 10 and enter. You are a kid. So this is how we need to take input from the console. And the next conditional statement is switch. When we are getting bored or clumsy while dealing with the multiple else if conditions, so simply we can go to use switch statement. The switch statement is used in place of long if statements, which compare a variable with several integral values. So here you can see the syntax is switch expression and case 1, case 2, case 3 and so on. So the expression means it may be a arithmetic expression. In the absence of arithmetic expression, if there is any integer variable, then that integer variable will be considered as index number. So we will see both the cases. Both the cases means when in the place of expression, if I have an integer, and in the case of expression, if I have an arithmetic expression, right? I will open my R console, R studio. I'm taking a new file, new R script here. I think it is visible now. I'm writing the code for again I'm taking a variable a, assigning to switch according to the syntax I'm following. So here we have in the syntax itself, the first one is expression. In the place of expression I'm taking integer value. There is no expression, there is a calculated value. There is directly I have supplied a integer value, and I am taking kbn comma pbs comma srr. So I'm calling the variable a. So what will be the value presented in a means, in the switch case I have taken 3, 1, 2, 3. SRR will be supplied to a, and that SRR will be printed and running the program. So you can see here SRR is the output of the above program. So I wanted to take another scenario that in the switch case, if there is an arithmetic expression. So let us take an arithmetic expression. I am removing this program, and AB is equal to 1, PQ is equal to 1. I'm writing Y is equal to switch off. So I'm supplying an arithmetic expression AB plus PQ, comma, again same scenario, KBN, PBS, SRR. So I'm printing what? Value Y. So in the Y, the value that I have is, first, the expression, the arithmetic expression will be evaluated. 1 plus 1, 2 will be here in the arithmetic expression, and this is the index number 1, this is the index number 2. So PBS will be supplied to Y, and that Y will be, that PBS will be printed here. So I will execute the program. Source. So you can look at here, the value PBS is printed. This is the two scenarios in the switch statement. If the expression is arithmetic expression, first it will be evaluated and compared with the index. If you can supply an integer value directly, it will point to the index number. Those are the conditional statements. Now we are going to see looping statements in the R language. So generally in C or C++ languages, the for loop will be different compared to R language. In the for loop of C and C++, we can see uh, three parameters in the for loop. The first parameter is assignment, and the second parameter is conditional breaking statement. In the third parameter, we can see the increment or decrement value. But whereas in the R language, the syntax is totally different. You can see, actually the for loop is a way to repeat a sequence of instructions under certain conditions. You can see that for value in vector, actually we have a concept called data structures in the R language. When their part comes, I will tell you. So vector is one of that, and the for loop is basically used for taking the values, extracting the values from the data structures like vector, matrix, array. We will see practically. This is the syntax of for loop in the R language. For suppose I'm deleting this program also. I'm deleting this program and creating a variable called animal. Animal is a variable. I wanted to make that variable as a vector. C is the compound function. C stands for compound function to create a vector. To create a vector here in this animal, dog is an animal, cat is an animal, rabbit is an animal. So enough. These are the three values that are available in animal called as vector. Animal is a vector right now. So to print every value from the animal, we can write a for loop for I'm taking a variable I in animal. So I in animal, I'm printing each and every value print of I. You can use cat also instead of print statement. I will tell you what is the difference between print and cat statements. Both are used to print or display a printing statement on the console. So this is the program, an example program for R. I'm executing this. Run. Here you can see dog, cat, rabbit. Three values are printed at a time. I will explain. This in the so I have created a vector. That vector name is animal. Oh, it is too much. That vector name is animal, and in that animal I have three values. In that animal I have three values. Dog, cat, rabbit. These are the three values that I have. So I am having an index 0 or 1. This one is 2 and this one is 3. 1 2 3. So I have taken a for loop for I in animal. So one by one, first that value 1 means dog will be assigned to I. Then immediately I'm using the statement print I, right? So in the I, in the first iteration, from the animal, dog will be copied into copied from animal to I. Then at that I will be printed on the console. In the second iteration, cat will be copied from the animal to I. So and I will be printed. In the third iteration, you can see rabbit will be copied from the animal into I, and we are printing that I as it is. So here you can see we are printing that I value. So every time in the every iteration means one round. First round the dog will be copied, second round cat will be copied, and third round rabbit will be copied, and there is no values after that, after the rabbit. So automatically the for loop will be exited. So there is no breaking condition. If the vector is empty, or vector reaches endpoint, or the matrix reaches the endpoint, or the array reaches the endpoint, then automatically the for loop will be exited. And the next looping statement is repeat. Repeat is a looping statement. A repeat loop is used to iterate a block of code. A block of code, it is a special type of loop in which there is no condition to exit from the loop. As you can see, there is no condition to exit from the loop. For exiting, we include a break statement with a user defined condition. A repeat loop construct with the help of a repeat keyword. So for to create a for loop, we are using for keyword. To create an if statement, we are using if keyword. So like that, to create repeat loop, we are using the help of repeat keyword. This is the syntax repeat. You can write your conditions or commands, and you can place user defined breaking statement or breaking condition to exit from the repeat loop. This is the user defined, as it's as it we include a break statement with a user defined condition. This is a user defined condition to get out from the repeat loop. So example, we will see it in the example. So I'm deleting this program also. I think it is visible. I'm taking a variable called sum, assigning. I think you are aware that less than hyphen is the assignment, or we can use sum is equal to 0 also, right? Is equal to symbol also, right? You can use both, not at all a problem. So I wanted to read the value from the console. What is the function to read the value from the console? Read line. Read line is the function. Read line is the function to get the value, to get the input from the console itself. This is what we called as dynamic assignment. So we can use prompt also for display purpose. Enter integer value below 10. So the console input will be available in the form of character. So that character we need to convert into integer. So convert the character into integer. You can take x, or no need to take another variable. You can directly assign n1 as dot integer. The as dot integer is a typecasting function to convert anything into integer. So I'm passing n1 here. So now in the second step, n1 contains a value in the form of character, and in the third step, n1 contains a value in the form of integer. Now I'm writing repeat for loop. Repeat sum is equal to sum plus n1 is equal to n1 plus 1, incrementing. Now I'm writing user defined condition to break the repeat loop. If n1 greater than 10, right? n1 greater than 10. So simply you can say a break. Break is a statement used to break the control from the looping statement. So we will get out of repeat loop using that break when it reaches n1 reaches to 10. So I'm executing the program. So I think we will write a printing statement or a cat statement to display the output cat. sum is equal to sum. So I will execute the program here. You can see it is asking the console, in the console, enter integer value below 10. So I am entering 5. Sum is equal to 45. Nice. This is a repeat loop, and we have one more looping statement, that is while. We'll look in that while loop. While loop, it will firstly the condition will be checked in the while loop, and then after that the body of the statement will be executed. The while loop terminates when the value of the boolean expression will be false. This is the syntax for while loop. We will write a program in the while loop also. We will read input dynamically and convert that, and here I am changing. I'm assigning here sum is equal to 0, and while n1 not is equal to 0, n1 not is equal to 0, sum is equal to sum plus n1 is divided by n, and n1 is equal to as that integer n1 divided by 10. Why we are taking as that integer again to convert integer into integer? No, not at all. If we get any fractional values, decimal values, point values, 10.123, to eliminate 1 2 3 after the point, so we are taking that into integer. So we will printing that cat sum is equal to sums in the same manner. So here we will get the remainder, here we will get the coefficient. So we need to use double percentage symbol to get that. So we will run the program right away. Execute. It is asking enter any value below 10. So I am entering 5 again. I got the output sum is equal to 5. So, but remember, don't compare with the previous program with this program. The logic is different. So the previous program got 45, and this why this program 5 means based on the logic itself. Okay, and these are the looping statements. So till now we have seen if statement, if else statement, else if statement, switch statement, for loop, repeat loop, while loop, and the eighth one is next statement and break statement. See, the next statement is used for skipping the current iteration of a loop without terminating it. It won't terminate loop, but it will skip the iteration based on the condition. See, I'm repeating the statement again. A next statement is a statement which skips the current iteration of a loop without terminating it. Syntax. Just you can use next. Break statement. The break statement is used to break the execution and for an immediate exit from the loop. In nested loops, if there is one single loop, not at all a problem. Break statement will break that single for loop and coming out of the loop. If there is any 2 3 looping statements, so in the nested means loop inside a loop. So in the nested loops, break exits from the innermost loop only and the control transfers to the outer loop. I will see the practical execution. You can see here I'm assigning a variable b to 1, a value 1. Here I'm taking repeat. I'm taking a condition if a is equal to 5. A is equal to 5, then immediately I'm saying get out of the loop, and I'm taking one more condition if a is equal to 2. I'm taking next. In the meanwhile, I wanted to print a value in the b. Sorry, I have taken b, right? So here I wanted to change it b. Not only that, I need to increment every time b value. So to increment, b is equal to b plus 1, or b is equal to b plus 1. So I'm running the program. You can see the output there. It had printed only one. Why only one? So I will see this thing as no. Something was happened. I'm quitting the this R studio, and one more time I will open it again. I will open this R studio. So I'm writing the program again. I'm taking value in b is equal to 1, and I'm writing a repeat loop. Repeat if b is equal to 10, then I'm printing break statement. One more if condition, if b is equal to 5. Next, then if not, in the both two cases, print b and b is equal to b plus 1, incrementing each time. Run the program. Right. Okay, you can see here the output. In the output you can see that 1 2 3 4 up to 4 without any problem values are printed, but at the condition 5, when there is no values after 4, there is no 5 6 7 8 9 10. You can see it here. The next statement is skipping the next lines, further lines. There are no further lines after 5. Okay, so these are the looping and statements and the conditional statements in our program, whereas we are using cat function and print function, right? Cat print functions in the R programming language, right? So cat is used to display the output on the console. Print is also used to display an output on the console itself. But the major difference between cat and print, both returns character vector, but cat return value is null, and print return value is its argument in the form of object. You will see that. You can see for better understanding I will use our environment. Here you can see I'm assigning a is equal to 10, so I'm using cat function to print a, so a is printed. I'm using print function to display the output in the console. Yeah, you can see it was displayed in the form of a character vector object. It will be displayed in normal form. So this has a return type null, this has a return type and its value. That is the only difference between cat function and print function. You can use either, not at all a problem. So that's all for the today's session. If you people are having any doubts, comment below. I will respond as early as possible. Thank you.